What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here, Team DKF, here with another top 8 bubble. What's your name, man? What'd you play?
Yeah, man, my name is Brandon, otherwise known as Luxac Lenard to some of those in the Yugioh community. I was playing Infernoids today.
Oh boy, real Infernoids, like pure Infernoids.
Well, it's a variant. It's not really pure because they don't play the spell and traps.
Okay.
It's kind of a mixture of the two.
Okay, for sure.
They utilize some of the perks of imagination with some of the synchro abilities of the Lightsworn.
All right, let's get in there, man. I'm interested. Let's see this.
Triple Decatron, obviously, because he's the best one. Basically allow you to send any of your Infernoids to copy their effects and manipulate levels for synchron. So obviously a 3 of the deck. A tech that I chose to play in this deck specifically is 3 Premise, and a lot of people don't play Premise or just play 1 of. I like Premise at 3 because I literally went to Nats with BA Infernoid, even though it's very consistent. At the time, Seer was at 2, but losing to Strike is just literally like mind blowing. So like you got one monster that's basically night beam to any set, and it works very, very well. I got combos with the deck that allows you to get 2 Premises effect off and make a Crystal Wing with like a boss monster. So it's like pretty strong combos involved.
All right, for sure.
3 Harmadic for monster removal. A lot of times when you go avoid imagination because your opponent has an extra deck monster, you need a Harmadic to pop the Terror to get access to the monsters in your grave so you can OTK, versus giving them time to either get your Terror off the board and OTK you, or you just being stuck with Terror.
Yeah.
Patrouille is actually very standard, obviously easiest to go into the Omega with the 4. Very, very useful for popping your opponent's scales, as well as their back row, sometimes even your back row today. Well, twice today I won because our imagination filled the board with as many Infernoids as possible and used Patrouille to pop the back row so everybody can get full damage. So it's just different ways you can play with the deck.
Alright.
Seismist I play a 3 of. Non-target and banish effect is just too good.
Too good, yeah.
Antidale I only play 1 of because with all of the pendulums going around, it's very rare that you actually attack something that goes to the graveyard nowadays. So.
Yeah.
Deviati, the Heavy Storm, and Strike of the deck. Effect Negator is 2 broken. Play 2 of. Vice versa, the Anoku, Dark Hole, and then negate the activation of spells and traps. I chose to go with 2 Raiden.
Okay.
For my Lightsworn engine, even though I played Desires, I didn't want to play 3 because I just wanted that to dig just a little bit deeper when I did draw Reasoning or Monster Gate, even though the deck isn't solely relying upon it.
Yeah.
My favorite card in the deck, and by far got me the most sneaky wins today, the Blazing Mars. Like, Blazing Mars to me is one of the best cards in this deck. A lot of people don't like it because you have to literally banish 3, and that's a cost that's heavily already done in the deck with Anoku and Deviati. But Blazing Mars is that one card that you're allowed to banish other monsters. Like, it doesn't have to be fire. So extra deck monsters, your Raidens, and I also main deck Maxis. So it's like after those plays, and I play Goyo Defender, so that's obviously 3 Goyo Defenders instantly to summon this guy. So it's like after you extend, make a full board, you just banish 3 to literally just push harder for game.
That's amazing tech. I like that, man.
The 2 Maxis. At first I was siding the Maxis, but it dawned on me that they were just too good. When I reasoned into one,
it didn't feel good.
And then normal summon Decatron and sync it to a Goyo Defender to win. I was just like, oh
that
my
must have felt good.
Yeah, so at that point I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna main deck these from now on. Double charge, and then we got the 1-ofs, 1 burial, 1-for-1, Monster Gate, Reasoning, Kindling.
Broken 1-ofs right there.
Also, I play 2 Instant Fusion, the Norden and the Thousand Eyes. The Thousand Eyes is extremely good for taking monsters. Like, people just completely forget Thousand Eyes is a card, and it also combos with War Arthal. If you Thousand Eyes into a War Arthal, a Thousand Eyes off of Instant Fusion Warthal into a Decatron to basically search, use for whatever you need, and just make plays and get around outs boards. 3 Desires because the card's good. I did not want to play it in the deck, and I was talking to some people in our chat group online and Facebook, and they just basically explained to me Pot of Desires, banishing 10, Omega, and putting back what you need is like really legit. 2 Twin Twister, because it's just OP and Infernoids. 2 Imagination, so, you know, extra deck, you basically kill out anything in the extra deck. You also turn all your monsters level 1, so War Arthal is more alive when you have Void Imagination. Yeah, and I also also play Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light. At 1, it's actually a really good trap card to negate battles. Like certain decks like literally have to battle to search or to do whatever to get things going. And also the secondary effect, if you desires it or mill it, you can banish it from graveyard to basically stop your opponent from battling that turn.
Yeah.
With Omega, that's obviously a loop with no battling. And 3 strikes just for monsters effect, pendulum summons.
How many cards in the main deck?
47.
Nice.
47.
I knew there was a bigger number than 40.
I got a Chimbara at 1. Instant fusion with Norton, syncing off Decatron to swing twice. 22, 24 with anybody is just really, really good, strong. You got Omega at 1 of. I let my friend borrow my other one, so I just played 1 today.
Yeah.
Hopeful Heartbringer is just too good against Pendulums it sees, and then you play back rows, lock your opponent out, no Twin Twister. Scarlet, steal games with Scarlet and this. Like literally, sync 8, instant fusion back, swing, effect, you over by 1 this game. Yeah. 2 Void I played the 2 Terror for the 2 Void Imagination in case I ever have to Omega and put 1 back so I can go into it again. I just keep it at 2. 3 is just, there's not enough space in the extra deck. 1 Dante for those scenarios when I go Goyo Defender or have the Harmadic after I Leviair back. You know, the Leviair play off the Goyo Defender is how you go into your Crystal Wing.
Yeah.
And I got the Scrap Normal and the Thousand Eyes. The side deck is actually came in a lot handy. It's like literally 5 cards that literally almost beat everybody. Like it's like I can change a lot of things, but I know for a fact it's a few that I won't. Okay. End of Anubis is a really good card that I didn't really get to use too much today, but basically it's a walking Soul Drain or a walking Necro Valley.
Yeah.
Reason's good to actually hit this guy if you don't actually physically open the cards to stun your opponent. Extra Twin Twister for back row removal. I decided to go with 2 light, 2 shadow with Soul Drain.
Oh, okay.
I started to do Skill Drain, but I just said fuck it. But hitting the lights and the darks with the additional to be a 3rd for whichever I needed to, I felt like that was strong.
Yeah.
The 3 Ghost Ogres in case I play Metaphors or anybody with like DDDs or anything like that where I wanted to hit continuous face-up cards. But by far today, the MVP was the 2 Thunder Kings and the 3 mistakes.
Yeah, you don't need a search, dude. You just need a mill.
It's just too good, man. But I appreciate everything, man.
Oh yeah, man. Any shout outs you want to give, my man?
The Infernoid Underworld group on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for the fam. Besides that, Yeti Gaming, everybody that came out today, have fun.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, congrats. Maybe next time you break that bubble with this deck, man. And we'll be waiting, man. All right, man. Thanks for the deck profile.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yep.